Here's Mike Tyson's real fight with Floyd Mayweather that you've missed. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather, two legends who defined boxing in completely different ways. Tyson, the heavyweight wrecking ball who struck fear with every punch. And Mayweather, the undefeated mastermind who turned defense into an art form. Fans thought they would never share a ring. But what if I told you they did? A real fight that most of the world missed. A night where raw power collided with flawless precision and history bent in ways nobody expected. Today, we're uncovering Mike Tyson's real fight with Floyd Mayweather, a showdown that left the boxing world stunned. But who truly came out on top? The boxing world has seen its share of dream fights that never came true. But Tyson versus Mayweather, that was always filed under impossible. Different eras, different weight classes, different legacies. Fans argued about it for years, but nobody seriously believed it could happen. Then spring 2025 arrived, and suddenly Iron Mike at 59 years old was being announced against Floyd Mayweather, the man who built a billion-dollar brand on being untouchable. It was no fantasy anymore. The announcement shook the sport like an earthquake. On one side stood Tyson, a heavyweight wrecking ball who once ended fights in less than a minute. On the other stood Mayweather, the undefeated master of defense, 50 wins and 0 losses, the slick genius who built his legacy on never letting opponents land clean. The fight was built not as just another exhibition, but as the ultimate clash of philosophies, raw power colliding with pure perfection. Promoters knew they had struck gold. This wasn't just two men stepping into a ring. This was a cultural collision. Tyson symbolized chaos, ferocity, and the terrifying reminder of what boxing once was. Mayweather symbolized calculation, control, and the cold precision of modern boxing. Together, they embodied the sport's past and its present, locked in a moment that blurred the lines between spectacle and history. Mike Tyson's resume wasn't just impressive. It was legendary. The kind of record that makes opponents nervous before they even step in the ring. 50 wins, 44 by knockout, 7 losses. That's not just a career. That's a reign of terror written into boxing history. Tyson wasn't your average heavyweight. He was a storm that rolled through the sport, unpredictable, violent, and impossible to ignore. And the craziest part, he didn't just become champion. He became the youngest heavyweight champion ever, snatching the crown at just 20 years old in 1986. The kid from Brooklyn, once known for trouble in the streets, had become Iron Mike, the most feared man alive. At his peak, Tyson was pure chaos in gloves. His fights weren't long chess matches. They were demolition jobs. Take Trevor Berbick, the man Tyson dismantled to claim the heavyweight title. Berbick looked like he had stepped into a tornado. He hit the canvas in ways that defied physics, wobbling like he'd been struck by lightning. Then there was Michael Spinks, a former light heavyweight and heavyweight champ who came into their fight unbeaten and confident. Tyson erased that confidence in 91 seconds. One punch after another, the crowd barely had time to sit down before Spinks was staring up at the ceiling lights. Frank Bruno, Larry Holmes, Razor Ruddock. One by one, Tyson tore through them, not just beating opponents, but breaking them. What made Tyson so terrifying wasn't just power, though he had plenty of it. It was his style. He didn't lumber forward like most heavyweights. He moved like a middleweight, ducking, weaving, slipping punches, and then detonating bombs from angles his opponents never saw coming. His trainer, Custamato, had drilled him in the peekaboo style, where Tyson used relentless head movement and footwork to close distance before unleashing brutal combinations.